Where else have you seen your favorite Hallmark Channel stars? Pretty much everywhere. Here's a career rundown of the network's most recognizable faces. Hallmark Channel fans will recognize Jessica Lowndes as a familiar face. The star is most well known for her role as Adriana in the hit teen drama 90210. Additionally, Lowndes appeared in Greek, a show focused on the highs and lows of Greek life at college. Lowndes has also had a go at a singing career, as the actress has quite a lovely voice. Now though, Lowndes is perfectly happy on the Hallmark Channel. She told Hallmark's Home and Family, "I love filming Christmas movies. There's nothing like it. You can't not smile when you're watching these films." Though Lowndes has played many roles over the years, her Hallmark Channel movies, such as Christmas at Pemberley Manor and A December Bride, showcase all the joy of the holiday season in a way only Lowndes and Hallmark can pull off.
This is where Santa will hand out toys to the kids and they can listen to the reading of The Night Before Christmas. Doesn't that sound amazing?
Perhaps one of the more surprising actors who has appeared on the Hallmark Channel is Chad Michael Murray. After all, it doesn't seem all that long ago that Murray was a teenage heartthrob starring in teen-focused projects like Gilmore Girls and One Tree Hill. In fact, Murray also later appeared on the teen drama Riverdale, proving once and for all that he truly is the reigning king of teenage dramas. However, Murray began to take his talents to the Hallmark Channel in 2018, starring in The Wise Men. Then in 2019, Murray came back to Hallmark to star in Right Before Christmas, alongside one of his former One Tree Hill castmates, Tori DeVito. Though fans may be surprised to see Murray in Hallmark Channel movies like The Beach House, there's no denying the fact that the talented actor has found his niche. Fans of Full House will certainly recognize Jodie Sweetin. Sweetin starred alongside Candace Bure and the Olsen twins as Stephanie Tanner in the hit sitcom, which aired from 1987 to 1995. Full House was definitely a big part of Sweetin's life, and as she explained in her memoir, Unsweetened, she struggled with addiction after the show ended. However, Sweetin is now sober and she's continued acting. She told the Today Show, "I never feel more at home than I do when I'm on set. I always loved it, and I still love it." However, Sweetin has admitted that acting isn't always easy, adding, quote, "This is a business where you have to be willing to give everything." Still, acting has definitely been a huge part of Sweetin's life, and the Hallmark Channel has often been a place for her to call home, as she starred in the likes of Entertaining Christmas and Merry and Bright.
Thought you didn't know who I was.
I did some research.
Whether or not you're a big fan of Hallmark Channel movies, you've probably seen Andrew Walker in something. The actor has been appearing in movies and television shows since 1994, including big hits like The Big Bang Theory. Still, as impressive as Walker's resume is, he spent a lot of his time working with the Hallmark Channel, starring in the likes of A Bride for Christmas, The Perfect Catch, and My Secret Valentine. In an interview with the blog My Devotional Thoughts, Walker explained why he loved working on the Hallmark Channel so much, saying, "You know, with Hallmark, I've been pretty fortunate. But that's the thing with Hallmark. Hallmark is very discriminating about who they hire, and they just don't hire fools or jerks. And it always seems to work out. They always try to hire people as much as possible who are compatible with each other." Walker is at home on the Hallmark Channel, and for that, his fans are very thankful. If you turn on the Hallmark Channel on any given day after Halloween, chances are you'll spot Candace Bure. There's a reason the actor is known as the Queen of Christmas, and it isn't just because Bure is full of Christmas spirit. Bure has starred in a Hallmark Channel Christmas movie every year since 2013, and we don't see things changing anytime soon. She's also done other projects for the network, like the Aurora Tea Garden Mysteries movies, one of many Hallmark Channel movies that are worth your time. However, Bure had a career long before her first Hallmark Channel Christmas movie debut. Bure has been acting since she was a child, appearing in TV shows like Saint Elsewhere. Then, of course, Bure landed her long-running stint as part of the cast of Full House, which is still Bure's most well-known gig. Of course, Bure has had plenty of other roles, but it seems the actor feels most at home in a Hallmark Christmas movie. In an interview with Good Housekeeping in 2019, Bure explained that the payoff for a Hallmark Christmas movie was incredible, saying, "After a movie comes out, especially last year's A Shoe Addict's Christmas, I get story after story after story from fans about how these feel-good stories inspire them into action." If there is one man who totally and completely embodies the Hallmark Channel, it's Cameron Mathison. Mathison is best known for his long-running role on the soap opera All My Children. However, in 2013, Mathison took his talents to the Hallmark Channel, acting as host of the network's talk show Home and Family.
It's literally the best thing in the world when my family comes, especially when you're here making these sugar cookies. I love you so much.
I love you too.
In addition to that, Mathison has starred in a number of Hallmark Channel originals, including the Murder, She Baked movie series. As many Hallmark movies as Mathison has appeared in, though, The Christmas Club definitely seems to be special to him. Mathison told Entertainment Tonight, "The film is about following the signs and really paying attention and being mindful. I came off this movie thinking, I'm not going to ignore this anymore. That's what inspired me to go get a doctor's recommendation to get an MRI." Mathison was diagnosed with kidney cancer and has since had surgery and is cancer-free, but he says he owes it all to the Hallmark movie. Cameron explained, "It saved my life. See, these Hallmark Christmas movies are more powerful than you know." For many people, Lacey Chabert will forever be Gretchen Wieners from Mean Girls. The movie and Chabert's role in it was and still is iconic. Of course, Chabert has moved on from her Mean Girls days, and even the most devoted Hallmark fan might be surprised to know that Chabert has developed quite a hefty resume. The actress has lent her voice to a number of projects, such as The Wild Thornberrys, Family Guy, and more. She's also starred in a number of Hallmark movies like Crossword Mysteries, Proposing Murder, and Love, Romance, and Chocolate. Still, Chabert truly enjoys working on Hallmark Channel Christmas movies, especially Pride, Prejudice, and Mistletoe. In an interview with Yahoo Lifestyle, the former Party of Five star explained, "I genuinely love Christmas, and anyone who knows me knows that I'm pretty Christmas obsessed. I like to draw it out as long as possible, so it makes sense that I would enjoy making these movies." No matter what part she's playing, Chabert definitely has a love for Hallmark Channel, and especially Hallmark Channel Christmas movies. Really? Who could blame her? As far as Hallmark Channel actors are concerned, Jordan Bridges is certainly one of the more low-key actors for the network. However, that isn't to say that Bridges isn't a successful actor. In fact, the opposite is true, as Bridges has actually been starring in made-for-TV movies since he was 5 years old, when he appeared in the movie The Kid from Nowhere. That movie was directed by his dad, Beau Bridges. As he got older, Bridges continued to act and has been in projects like Drive Me Crazy, Charmed, and Dawson's Creek, among many others. When Bridges started appearing on the Hallmark Channel, it was a picture-perfect fit. His first Hallmark Channel Christmas movie was the classic Holiday Engagement. Since then, Bridges has become a regular for the network, and he definitely seems to enjoy working for the channel, making heartwarming films like Christmas at Holly Lodge. Danica McKeller is practically Hallmark Channel royalty, and for good reason. The actress, who's appeared in popular television shows like How I Met Your Mother and The West Wing, has appeared in multiple Hallmark Channel movies, though of course McKellar's most notable role was as Winnie Cooper in The Wonder Years. But McKeller is more than an actress, as she graduated summa cum laude from UCLA with a degree in mathematics, and she's authored several books geared toward getting young girls interested in math. But overall, McKeller loves getting to work with Hallmark Channel. In an interview with CNBC, McKeller explained why she was drawn to the network, saying, "We need a break. We need to reconnect with core values and remember connection with family, and the importance of that, and the holidays are a great time for that, and Hallmark is a great place for that." McKeller is definitely a multi-talented woman, and her roles in Hallmark Channel projects like My Christmas Dream and Wedding Bells are just part of what makes her so incredible. It's no secret that the Hallmark Channel is full of former child stars, and Alexa PenaVega is no exception. PenaVega is perhaps most well known as Carmen Cortez from Spy Kids, but the actor has also starred in plenty of other projects like Sleepover, and she has even competed on Dancing with the Stars. PenaVega has starred in more than one Hallmark Channel movie with her husband Carlos, including the Picture Perfect Mysteries series and 2016's Love at Sea. Speaking to TV Insider about how lucky she felt to get to work with her husband, PenaVega explained, "I love working with my husband. We really know what each other's limits are, and we can be way more playful. I think that there's something to be said that's really special about getting to work with your spouse." It's safe to say that PenaVega enjoys working with Hallmark Channel, and she will probably continue putting out original movies alongside her hubby. Fans of Freeform's The Bold Type will recognize Sam Page as the handsome and charming Richard Hunter. Page has also appeared in House of Cards, Mad Men, and Gossip Girl. Page has definitely had a whirlwind of a career, but that hasn't stopped him from appearing in quite a few Hallmark Channel movies, including Christmas in Rome and All Things Valentine. In fact, the movie The Perfect Christmas Present was presented to Page before it was brought up to Hallmark Channel. In an interview with TV Goodness, Page explained how he was able to turn the film into a Hallmark Channel classic, saying, "I thought it was a really charming script. I suggested they give Hallmark first shot at purchasing this because it's really up their alley. I told them I've had really good experiences with them. I think this is the right place for it to end up, and sure enough, it did." As such a busy man, it's incredible how Page has managed to accomplish so much, but he makes it look easy. Alicia Witt is a super familiar face, and not just among Hallmark Channel fans. The actress has appeared in plenty of successful television shows, which is partly why she loves her time with the Hallmark Channel so much, especially when she gets to shoot a Christmas movie.
Hey, do you want to go to the tree lighting?
Witt has worked on some pretty intense shows, such as The Walking Dead, Nashville, and Friday Night Lights. Because of that, being in a Hallmark Channel movie like Christmas on Honeysuckle Lane and I'm Not Ready for Christmas is almost like a form of stress relief for Witt, she told Glamour magazine. It's fun to come out with a movie where every day you have a happy ending and it's a sweet love story or family story. I just spent the last week in winter clothes and people I really enjoy working with, and Christmas lights everywhere and snow and gingerbread cookies and vegan eggnog. There's very little heaviness on my psyche right now. Witt isn't lacking in the talent department, and her work on the Hallmark Channel is what warm and fuzzy thoughts are made of. Many people will recognize Jesse Metcalfe as the attractive young gardener from Desperate Housewives. Of course, Metcalfe has had plenty more roles since then, including when he played yet another hot bad boy in John Tucker Must Die. But starting in 2015, Metcalfe has been acting in Hallmark Channel original movies like Christmas Next Door and Christmas Under the Stars, and he's found a home there. Notably, Metcalfe also appeared in Chesapeake Shores, one of Hallmark Channel's successful original TV shows, and it doesn't seem like Metcalfe has any intention of slowing down anytime soon. Metcalfe told Entertainment Tonight in a 2018 interview, "I've been on quite a journey, to say the least. I've worked consistently for the last 20 years. Not many people can say that, but of course I want more. I feel like I've really only scratched the surface in the last 20 years of what I can do." For Metcalfe, that means producing or directing. In 2020, he worked as a producer for the movie Cover Me and the Hallmark series Martha's Vineyard Mysteries. Another hugely successful Hallmark Channel actress, Ashley Williams, has definitely been in plenty of films on the network, such as Never Kiss a Man in a Christmas Sweater and Christmas in Evergreen. On top of that, Williams is likely recognizable from her role as Victoria on the hit series How I Met Your Mother. However, Williams definitely seems to be happy on the Hallmark Channel, and who could blame her? In 2018, Williams shared her plans to one day work on films on the Hallmark Channel with her sister Kimberly Williams Paisley, of Father of the Bride fame, as she told International Business Times that they were working on developing 2 made-for-TV Christmas movies together. She told the outlet, "It's just so funny that we haven't yet made a Hallmark movie together, and it's strange, but I bet once we start, we won't be able to stop." Fortunately, the sisters were able to make that dream a reality. In 2021, the two starred together in 2 Hallmark holiday movies, Sister Swap: A Hometown Holiday and Sister Swap: Christmas in the City. Check out one of our newest videos right here. Plus, even more list videos about your favorite actors are coming soon. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell so you don't miss a single one.